Fabulous. Okay, thanks for getting on, guys. Oh, I have crazy hair this morning. We're going to start seated, so just in a comfortable seated posture, cross-legged is fine. Your mats. Good. Oh, I have a cat joining us for yoga this morning as well. Okay, so just bring your hands to your knees. Just give your shoulders a couple of rolls down your back a couple of times. That's so good. And then just keep the shoulders nice and soft. Lift through the crown of the head, so to create some length around the back of your neck. So just start finding the breath coming through your nose and allow it to move into the lower belly. So as you're inhaling, feel the belly really expand and relax. And then as you exhale, sense navel drawing back towards the spine and that sense of lifting through pelvic floor. And just stay with that movement. So inhale, just let everything expand and relax. And long, soft exhales, bring belly to spine, lifting through pelvic floor. Notice if you can create a little bit more height for your back, or if your back has already started to slump a little bit. So just rocking the weight forwards in your sit bones is just going to help your chest reach up and forwards a little bit further to help you create more height. Maybe you can just drop the shoulders a little or soften something away from your neck or your jaw or your forehead, those tension points that always want to creep back in. Maybe allowing the exhale of your breath to feel a little bit longer than your inhale. When the exhalation is longer than inhale, that helps us to rebalance the nervous system, so we come back into our rest and digest side, which is going to help slow down anxieties or reducing feelings of high blood pressure. That sort of stress levels of the body start to reduce quite rapidly. So just blinking the eyes open if your eyes are closed. And on your inhale, reach the hands out to the sides and all the way up to the ceiling. Bring the gaze to the thumbs if that's okay with your neck. As you exhale, bring the thumbs through the crown and then to your heart center. We're just going to take that twice more. So take a big inhale, open the chest as your arms lift. As you exhale, bring the thumbs through the crown and to the heart center. Once more, big breath in, open the ribs and the lungs. Exhale, thumbs through crown and to the heart center. Bring your right hand to your left knee and the left hand behind you. Just take a simple twist. So inhale lifts you nice and tall. And as you exhale, squeeze the shoulders around towards the left. Again, find that feeling as you're exhaling, belly pulls back towards your spine and pelvic floor lifts up, which is going to allow your spine to release a little bit further. Keep the neck feeling soft so that you're not using the neck muscles to pull you around into that twist. You can use your arms and use the abdominals, so use the breath. Try and keep your hips almost like they're trying to turn in the opposite direction to your shoulders. So you get that feeling of wringing out your torso. Just stay where you are. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. On your next inhale, lift the left hand that's behind you up towards the ceiling and then lean over towards your right knee. So as though you're trying to bring right shoulder towards right knee. Keep pulling into the left knee so that your chest starts to spiral towards the ceiling, and then use that top arm to reach you further over in that diagonal. Try and keep the sit bones rooted to the floor. So hopefully feeling this extension or stretch around the sort of lower left of your back, or maybe around the side of the body. Allow the breath to move fully so that you're physically feeling the rib cage move with your breath, the belly move with your breath. And then bring your left hand down to your right knee, level out your shoulders, and then pull back towards the wall behind you. So tuck in your chin, and really opening out those back ribs. So as you breathe, you want to feel those back ribs move with your breath. Slowly unravel your spine. Okay, changing the way that your legs are crossed, just so we kind of alter the hips very slightly, and then reset yourself nice and tall. Take your left hand across towards the right knee and the right hand behind you. Take an inhale as you lift tall. And exhale, draw belly to spine and the shoulders spin round. Again, check that the neck is soft and you're not using the head to pull the twist round. Taking a few full breaths, so that your exhales pull belly to spine, lifting up through the deeper abdomen, the pelvic floor. And if you can, create the sense of your hips trying to spiral in the opposite direction to your shoulders. The right hand that's on the floor behind you lifts up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lean over towards the left knee. Again, keep pulling on the right knee that you're holding on to, so your breastbone tries to spin towards the ceiling. And each time you exhale, lean further over in that diagonal. Soften your neck, so gaze wherever the head feels happiest to be. Keep the sit bones rooting down to the floor. So again, maybe we're hitting the stretch into the lower right of your back. Bring the right hand to your left knee. Level out the shoulders. So again, same stretch that we did on the other side. You bring your back to reach towards the wall behind you and tuck the chin towards your chest. So as you deepen that tucking of chin to chest, you might feel that stretch around the back of your neck, particularly if you're taking this practice kind of in the mornings, and upper back and neck can feel quite stiff. So allow some soft movement to roll through the head or the shoulders if it helps. And when you're ready to, gently roll yourself back up to seated. Roll the shoulders back. So from here, give your knees a stretch out if you need to. And come into Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together and knees open. The heels can be fairly close to the body or out further away into a sort of longer diamond shape. Either is fine. Okay, hold on to the shins. So like your cat-cow spine, and take an inhale as your chest lifts up. Rock forwards into the sit bones so you feel like you're trying to back bend. As you exhale, pull belly to spine, rounding through your back. So gaze comes down to that hook between your legs. Inhale, bring chest forwards, keep elbows squeezing in towards the waistline. Exhale, rounding your back, so tailbone tucks, create as much space around the back ribs as you can. Inhale, reaching forwards and open. Exhale, rounding back. Let's take one more round. Inhale to lift. Exhale, rounding back. Lift up nice and tall again. Take your hands around behind you, so the fingertips are facing the back of your mat. Bend into the elbows and then squeeze the elbows towards each other. So you feel like you're squeezing the shoulder blades. Use that squeeze of your shoulder blades to press the chest forwards. Keep the shoulders down, but shoulder blades are squeezing together. So try and get the elbows to really pull in towards each other. You can then press into your fingers so the chest continues to press as far forwards as feels good for you. This is going to feel a little bit stronger if you tuck the heels closer to the body in this diamond shape now. So you can almost lift very slightly the sit bones away from the floor so you feel nice and light to the ground. Take really full breaths so that you feel the chest space move. Again, for feeling this into the neck, keep some soft movement rolling through it. So you're just going to keep all the fascia soft through the body, that sort of somatics feeling. Okay, gently releasing the hands out in front of you and find a fold so head just drops down towards the toes without any force from the shoulders. Doesn't matter how low down you come. Again, we're just opening through the back And maybe the hips and maybe inner thighs. And particularly if you're feeling tightness around the neck, I'm probably feeling that fairly intense around the neck and upper back, so keep some soft movement in there if it feels helpful. Slowly rolling up through your spine. Use the hands under the knees to lift the knees back in towards each other. Okay, take the feet out in front of you slightly, and then come onto your back. So we're just going to work some really gentle abdominals into this. So bring yourself down, feet to the floor, just give your knees a gentle rock from one side to the other. So this isn't going to be any strong type of crunches or anything. This is just connecting core into those deeper transverse abdominals so that our breath feels really connected where we want it to be connected. So just allow the arms to relax down to the sides of the body. Okay, just take a couple of sort of pelvic tilts. So just give your like a little mini cat-cow just with your lower back. And then let your hips just kind of find whatever they want to be, what your sort of neutral feeling would be. So just find your breath to start with. So big breath into belly. And as you exhale, pull belly button down to the spine. Again, take a big breath into belly. And exhale, pull belly button down to the spine. Take another big breath in. This time as you exhale, pick up the right leg to 90 degrees as you pull the belly down. Inhale, take the foot to the floor, belly expands. Exhale, pick up left leg to 90 degrees, belly pulls down. One more time either side. Inhale, feet to the floor. Exhale, right leg to 90 degrees, belly pulls down. Inhale, foot to the floor. Exhale, left leg up, belly pulls down. Inhale, foot to the floor. Exhale, pick up right leg, belly pulls down, holding there. Keep the lower back pressing into the ground. Bring your right palm on top of the quads of that right thigh. So you're looking at the back of your right hand. As you inhale, imagine you can push the quads up the leg slightly from the hip towards the knee. And as you exhale, press the leg and the hand together as you pull belly button down as much as you can. As you inhale, just relax the tension, let the belly expand. As you exhale, exactly the same, push the quads up, leg into your palm, palm into the leg, belly pulls down. Last breath, inhale, relax. Exhale, press hand and leg together, belly pulls down. Inhale, take both feet to the floor. Exhale, pick up left leg to 90 degrees. Left hand comes to the quads. As you inhale, push the muscle of the quads upwards towards the knee. And as you exhale, press the leg into hand, hand into leg, belly pulls down. Inhale, relax the tension. Exhale, pressing hand to leg, leg to hand, belly pulls down, get that lower back pressing into the floor. One more breath, inhale, relax it. Exhale, press them together. Inhale, both feet to the floor. And exhale, let's just relax it there. So coming into a bridge pose, so make sure your feet feel hips distance. Ideally, your center finger is going to stroke the back of the heel. If this brings any pinching feeling into the knees when we come up, then sit your feet further away from you. The arms just relax out to the sides, palms open to the ceiling. Take a full breath into belly. As you exhale, belly pulls down to the spine. Lift the tailbone off the floor. Then let the rest of the spine peel away from it, one vertebrae at a time. When your hips are floating, pause. Take a full breath into belly. As you exhale, press into the feet. Let your head slide back and lift the hips up another centimeter. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, try and tuck the tailbone so your tailbone is reaching towards the fold of your knees. Front of the hips feels more open. Just check the knees haven't splayed open towards the edges of the mat. Keep the knees reaching forwards and stacked above those ankles. Check that you can feel each of the toes pressing into the ground. So big toe connected, little toe connected, and the back of the heels connected. Holding there, allow the glutes to feel switched on. Take another big breath in. As you exhale, slowly roll back down through the spine. Bring your hips closer towards your feet as you come back to the floor. Taking that bridge pose again. So when you're grounded, take a big breath into belly. Exhale, belly draws down as you slowly roll up the spine. One vertebrae at a time. Try to articulate the back as much as you feel you can. When you're floating, take a big breath in. Exhale, press into the feet, let the head slide back, the shoulders splay open. Keep all the toes connected to the floor. Take a big breath in. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, so reaching tailbone towards the fold of your knees. This time, as you next inhale, lift the hands towards the ceiling. Palms stay facing each other to reach them then all the way back behind you. Keep the palms facing each other or palms face up to the ceiling if that feels softer in the shoulders. Take a full breath in. Full breath out, tuck the tailbone further, keep the arms reaching back. A last big breath in. As you exhale, keep reaching back through your hands, but roll the spine back to the floor. Again, get the hips to reach towards the heels as you come down. Keep the arms reaching back until you're grounded. When you are flat to the floor, bring your right knee in towards your chest and hands lacing around that shin. Extend the left heel away from you. So really push out through that left heel. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can compress this right thigh closer towards the ribcage. Roll the right foot around a few times one way. Try and move as much through the foot and the toes as you can. And change the direction of that rolling so you go the other way. Keep the foot flexed. Use your left hand to grab the outer side of that leg and bring it over into a twist. So you're pulling the thigh down towards the left side of your mat. Let the right arm reach out to the side of you to keep the shoulders grounded. Maybe the left big toe finds the floor, so don't worry if that right knee doesn't come to the ground. I'd rather your shoulders stay flat and the chest feel open. So if it feels okay with the neck, allow the head to turn towards the right as well. Breathing into belly, so like we did in this opening twist, think about the belly encouraging the depth of the twist. Belly pulls into spine, and the ribcage will release a bit further. On an exhale, pull belly to spine, bring the knee back through to the center. Interlace the hands around the back of your thigh and extend the heel towards the ceiling for a gentle hamstring stretch. Keep the leg really softly moving. If it feels more comfortable for your back, you can bend your outstretched left leg or keep that straight, entirely up to you. Just keep this leg either gently swaying or rocking, maybe rolling the ankle in the air. We're going to bring this into figure of 4. So if your left leg is still out straight, then bend it so the foot comes to the ground. Bring the right ankle to your left thigh and push that knee away from you. So to start with, keep the foot on the ground, just use your right hand to push the knee away. If you can, keep the right palm on that right inner thigh. So you have a sense, like we did in the abdominal work, push the muscle of the leg up away from the hip and then push it further away from your torso. That doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it today. From here, just release that pressure. Take your hands to thread through the gaps and pull in your left thigh. So deepen into this figure of 4. You might find that your elbow, the right elbow, meets the inner thigh. So you can keep that feeling of pushing the muscle away from you as you encourage the ankle to come towards you. Just lightly flex your feet, which is just going to help keep the knees aligned. Bring the shin towards your chest. Keep the tailbone trying to reach towards the floor, so your back stays as flat to the mat here as we can. Take 2 more full breaths where you are. Gently release both feet to the ground. Give your knees a gentle rock from one side to the other. And then bring that to the other side. So we'll start with the left knee coming in towards your chest, and the hands around that shin. And then press the right heel away from you. Extend out through that right leg. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, use the hands to try and compress this left thigh closer towards your rib cage. And then start rolling that left foot around a few times one way. As much movement through the sole of the foot as you can, and rolling the other way. Keep the foot lightly flexed. So bring the twist into it. So your right hand comes to the outer side of that left leg and bring it over into twist. Keep the left arm reaching out to the side to encourage the shoulder to stay down. Maybe that big toe can find the floor. Again, don't worry about the knee coming to the ground. Focus into the breath. As belly pulls to spine, maybe you allow the rib cage to spiral a little bit further. Maybe head turns towards the left to keep that spiral running all the way through the spine. And gently bring the knee back to the center. Take the hands around the back of the thighs. So we come into the gentle hamstring stretch. It doesn't have to be anything too strong. Again, your outstretched right leg can stay straight, or take a bend into the knee if you want to, wherever feels best for your back. Keep some soft movement through this left leg so we avoid any tension building into it, so either swaying or rocking. We can keep that big toe curling back towards you so the foot stays really flexed and active. There can absolutely be a bend in this left knee if it softens too much tension away. From here, we bring in the figure of 4. So bend the right knee if it isn't already, and rest left ankle to your right thigh. Use the left hand to start with to push the inner thigh up towards the knee, and then push the thigh away from you. So this is just going to help lengthen a bit of space in the tissue of the hip. Maybe feeling that lengthen around the pelvis as well. From here, releasing that, thread the hands through so that you pull in the right thigh, hands coming to encourage the ankle towards your chest. If your left elbow meets the inner thigh, use the elbow to push the knee further away and bring the ankle closer towards your body. Check the tailbones rooting to the floor and the shoulders are drawing back. Take 2 more breaths where you are. And slowly releasing both feet to the ground. Take a rock side to side with the knees. And then scoop both knees in towards your chest. The hands can either stay around the shins or wrap the legs around the fold of your elbows so you're nice and close. And just massage your back into the floor a couple of times. From here, you can either roll yourself over to one side to bring yourself back up, or take a little rock through. So sweeping the legs backwards and forwards until you're upright. Bring yourself straight over into an all-fours position, however feels best to get there. Stretch the palms as wide open into the floor as you can. And stack the knees underneath your hips. Okay, make sure the feet are flat to the ground. Take a couple of cat-cows, again, getting that loosening off of the spine. So your inhale lifts the tailbone and the chest up. And then as you exhale, pull in the belly, so you round through the spine, pushing the ground away from you as you tuck your chin towards the chest. Inhale again, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding through. Start the movement from the tailbone, let it ripple through the top of the chin. Inhale again to lift up. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, lift the chest once more, holding there. Take the right leg to extend back behind you so it's floating. Keep the cat-cow movement going from here. So use the leg as an extension of your spine. So lift the chest and the heel of the foot. As you exhale, round the spine, bring the knee under the body towards your nose. Inhale, take the leg back and up. Exhale, bring the knee in towards your nose, pushing the floor away through the hands. One more, inhale to lift back and up. Exhale, scooping under. Take the leg back behind you again, so it's floating. Rock the weight forwards, tuck the toes of your left foot. From here, rock back, kick up into a three-leg dog, so a bit of a stronger transition. There can be a bend into that supporting leg to start with. The floating leg doesn't have to be too high. Wherever you are, take another long breath in. As you exhale, see if you can reverse the way you came. So bring the left knee down to the floor first. Strengthen some stability through that leg. And then bring the right knee down to the ground. So you're back in all fours. You give anything a little wriggle out if you need to. And then we'll take that to the other side. So left leg is going to extend back behind you. It's floating. We'll bring the cat-cow movement into it. So inhale, lift the chest and the heel. As you exhale, bring the knee in towards your nose, rounding through the back, push the ground away through your arms. Inhale, take the heel back and up, chest lifting. Exhale, scooping underneath the nose, pushing the floor away. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale, last time to draw under. Take the leg back behind you again so it stays floating. Rock the weight forwards, tuck the toes of your right foot. As you rock back, exhale, lifting up into your three-leg dog, like you're pushing the floor away. And there can be a bend in this right leg and hamstrings feeling a little bit tight. Your floating leg doesn't have to go too high. You take it as far as you want to take it. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, reverse the way you came. So slowly, so we control the muscle of the leg. Bring the right knee to the floor first, and then bring the left knee down. Well done. Tuck both toes under, come into a downward facing dog. So keeping a nice deep bend into the knees to start with. So really squat into the legs. Push the floor away so you feel the stretch come around your shoulders maybe. Get the chest pushing back through towards your thighs. And then try and sweep the tailbone further up to the ceiling. From there, paddle through the feet. So you straighten just one leg and then straighten the other leg. And then keep that going. Move nice and slowly through the feet so that you really stretch through your toes as well, and the heels and the calf muscles. Last couple of breaths. Make sure you are breathing. And then bring the knees to the floor. Knees just slightly wider than your torso. Big toes are touching. And fold back towards the heels into child's pose. Let the head come down to the mat. Either keeping the arms out straight in front of you, or maybe bring the palms together so you're in a prayer position of your hands. Fold at the elbows so your hands tuck round to the back of your neck. From there, hug the elbows in towards your head and then walk the elbows further forwards and think about your armpits trying to come down to the mat. Lengthen the arms back out if you took that variation. Come back into all fours, tuck the toes and come back into your downward facing dog. This time maybe the legs feel a little bit longer. Okay, you can keep them softly paddling a couple of times just while we stay here for 2 more breaths. So let's take a slow full inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more round, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. On your inhale, roll forwards into a plank position. Exhale, bring the knees to the ground. Let the hips come forwards and down, so we sink the spine into the floor. Keep the elbows tucking in towards your rib cage. Take the hands forwards and wider than your mat, so arms are almost in a cat's position. Reach the toes back behind you and then press the shoelace bit of your feet into the floor. As you exhale, think belly pulling up towards the spine as though you're trying to create a little gap of light between your belly and mat. As you next inhale, press through the hands, lengthen the arms so the chest lifts. If your shoulders still feel hunched around the ears, take the hands either wider or further forwards and then press the chest upright a little bit further. Keep the chin softening towards your chest. There's no strain through the neck. Just holding here for a couple of breaths. So do keep breathing. Let the glutes, the buttocks feel fairly active to support your back. Little bend into the elbows, but turn that point of your elbows towards the floor. So you create a little bit of wrapping of the shoulder blades. Shoulders stay down away from ears. Take another breath in. As you exhale, energetically pull the floor towards you so your chest reaches forwards as you roll back into the ground. I'm going to take that cobra again. Inhale, rolling up through the spine, rib cage lifts, arms lengthen. Holding at the top, turn the point of your elbows slightly further to the floor. And as you exhale, pull chest forwards as you come back to the ground. Bringing in a quad stretch to here. So just support yourself, left arm underneath you, so your forehead can rest into the left forearm. Your right hand is going to reach back, bend into the right leg to catch hold of the foot. Let the head rest down onto left forearm. And using the right hand to encourage the heel in towards right buttock. Press the hip bones into the floor. If you can, rather than holding onto the right foot, grab hold of the right ankle so that you can flex the foot. Gently release the leg away, stretch it out, and then just switching sides with that. So right arm's coming underneath you to support you, left hand reaches back, grab hold of the left foot. Knees stay together, allow your head to rest down onto this right forearm, and then press the hip bones into the floor. Again, see if rather than grabbing hold of the foot, you grab hold of that left ankle so that you can flex the foot. Slowly release hold of that leg. Bring both hands underneath your shoulders, elbows tuck in towards the rib cage. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, pull belly to spine and lift into all fours. Fold back into child's pose again, hips coming back towards your heels. Staying where you are, just take one full round of breath. Come back through all fours, tuck the toes and come back into your downward facing dog, lifting the hips up. From here, start walking the feet towards your hands. The hands can float off whenever they need to. Find yourself in a forward fold towards the top edge of the mat. Keep the feet hips distance apart and a really deep bend into the knees. So you're just hanging over the legs like a ragdoll feeding. You can either hold on to alternate elbows here or hold on to the back of the legs or let the arms down onto the floor. Just let the upper body feel really heavy. Particularly, try and let go of the weight of your head and relax into your jaw. Let the arms soften towards the ground and slowly start to roll up to standing. So one bone at a time starts to stack. Roll the shoulders down your back when you get to the top. Good. Take a big breath in as you lift the arms wide and up to the ceiling. As you exhale, take the arms wide again if you have room, all the way through to your feet again. Bring the hands either to the floor or your shins. We take a halfway lift. Inhale, reach the chest forwards and tailbone up, like you're trying to back bend. Exhale, soften back into the legs. Step the right leg back behind you and place the knee down to the floor. As you inhale, bring the hands up to the ceiling, holding here. Drop the shoulders into your back. Push down through the shoelace bit of your back foot. So back leg feels fairly active. I think trying to tuck the tailbone. Sink the hips forwards and down towards front heel. So we're hopefully opening slightly in towards your right front of the hip, your right hip flexor. Take a deeper bend into the elbows. So arms come more into your cactus position of your arms. Elbows in line with shoulders, palms face into your ears. Try and draw the hands back, so shoulder blades squeeze together and you feel the chest open out a little bit further. Holding here, take 2 more breaths. Just that slight feeling of opening chest line. On your next exhale, bring the hands around and down to the floor so you frame the front foot. Step back into your plank position. Take a breath in. As you exhale, either roll to the floor like we did earlier, or bring the knees down, and then bring your chest down before your hips, half chaturanga. Inhale, slide forwards and up to cobra, either keeping this really low. Actually, let's stay really low with the ribs staying on the edge of the floor. Bring the feet to root into the ground. So stay low enough where your back muscles can hold you. So try just hovering the hands away from the floor. Squeeze the elbows in towards your waist. So again, shoulder blades feel like they're squeezing together. Check the shoulders aren't hunching around your ears, so keep the neck feeling long. Take another breath in. As you exhale, hands push into the floor, back up through all fours, and tap back into your child's pose, just for 1 full breath. So in child's pose, take a full breath in, full breath out, and come back and up into your downward facing dog. Holding here, 2 long breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. As you inhale, lift the left leg towards the ceiling. Doesn't have to go high. As you exhale, bring this knee towards your chest, step the foot through to between the hands. So if we need to, you can use the left hand to lift it up and plonk it down. The yoga plonk, I call that. Bring the back knee to the floor again, so we're in that same lunge as we were earlier. Take a breath in again, lift the hands up. This time we're going to bring a little bit more movement into it. So your exhale rolls the shoulders back through that cactus position and sweep the fingers along the ground. Inhale, sweep them back up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the elbows around to your lower back and sweep the fingers round. 2 more breaths. Inhale to lift. Exhale, scoop round. Inhale, find the lift. Exhale, scoop round, plant the hands to the floor. Tuck the toes at the back, lift the knee. Rock the weight backwards and spring back foot to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Step the left leg back behind you and place the knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the hands up. So we're just holding this lunge to start with. Make sure your front knee is over the ankle. So wriggle the toes forwards if you need to, or take back knee further away. Sink the hips towards your front heel, but at the same time push down to the shoelace bit of your back foot. So the back leg feels active. Still drawing in lower belly on your exhale. So belly to spine is also going to help you lengthen the front of that left hip. And then take a deeper bend into the elbows. So shoulder blades drop down. Squeeze the shoulder blades then together so you feel a bit more broadening around the chest space. Deep breaths. As you next exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Step back into your plank position. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, either roll the body to the ground or half chaturanga, knees and chest. Make sure the elbows tuck in towards the ribs. Inhale, find that really low cobra again. Reach the toes back, maybe hands hover. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press the hands into the floor, come up through all fours, and again into child's pose, hips back to heels. Staying in child's pose, take a big breath in, and a full breath out. Come forwards and up, back into your downward facing dog. As you inhale, stay here for a couple of breaths. So long inhale. Full exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring it through to between the hands. You can either step through or lift it through. Take the back knee to the ground again. Inhale, lift the arms up. So this time we bring the sweeping into this lunge. So exhale as you just reach the arms back behind you and down towards the floor. Inhale, lift them up again. Exhale, sweep the arms back and down. 2 more breaths. Inhale as you lift. Exhale. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, this time bring the hands to the ground, tuck the toes at the back, lift the knee, rock the weight backwards, bring the back foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften into the legs. Find that slow rolling up to standing again. Keep the head and arms heavy until you get to the top. We inhale, lift the hands wide and up to the ceiling. I'm starting the round again. So as you exhale, take the hands around and down to the floor. Pausing here in the fold on this one. If you have something under the hands like blocks or tins, then maybe that's helpful. If your hands reach the ground, then wonderful. So keep both heels rooted. Just take a bend into your right knee. So both heels stay down. Just bend into the right knee. Try and straighten up the left. You can let that left hip press out to the side a little bit, so you really open into the outer side of that thigh. Rock the weight very slightly forwards, and you'll feel that deepen in a little bit further. If you wanted, your hands are rooted to floor or blocks underneath you. Take an inhale as your left hand lifts up, and then wrap the back of the hand around lower back. Some of you may be tucking the fingers into that fold of the underneath side of your waist. Use the wrapping, if you have it, to lift the top shoulder higher. Wherever you are, take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you have the wrapping of the arm, unravel. Keep both heels down. Take a bend into your left knee. Straighten the right leg. Option to stay here, or if the hands are rooted to floor or block, take the inhale, right arm is going to lift up, and then wrap the back of the hand around lower back. Some of you may be tucking fingers so you can grab hold of that left thigh. Use the wrapping to lift the right shoulder higher, so chest spins round. Keep the weight slightly forwards in the feet. Wherever you are, take a breath in and a breath out. If you have the right arm wrapped, unravel. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, soften over the legs. Right leg steps back again. Place the knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms towards the ceiling. This time I'm going to bring a clasp of the hands behind your back. So interlace the fingers together behind you. Pull the knuckles towards your back heels. So again, you really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep pushing through this front heel. So your left thigh is feeling pretty active. Sense the glutes switching on as well. Hips are sinking down towards the front heels. So stay opening through the front of your right hip. And we've added in this opening of the chest. Gaze can lift. I find that brings a bit of strain into the neck. So keep the gaze wherever your neck feels soft or happy to be. Nice full deep breaths in this chest opening. On your next exhale, bring the hands down to the floor to frame the front foot. Step back into your plank position. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your body all the way down to the floor, any variation of a chaturanga. Bring in a locust pose this time. So reaching the toes back behind you. Take the hands down to the sides of your legs, palms facing into the floor. Roll the shoulders down your back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and try and find that cobra feeding through your chest. Walk the fingers back as far as they can reach towards your feet. If this is feeling okay in your lower back, keep pressing down through the feet so feet are not hovering. down through the feet. Maybe palms lift off the ground and turn in to face your thighs. Keep reaching back as though you're trying to grab the wall behind you. If this is feeling okay in lower back, interlace the fingers together and draw the knuckles back towards the heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the gaze wherever your neck feels comfortable. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, releasing wherever you are, hands come back under the shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, push up through all fours, back into child's pose. Taking one breath in, one breath out. Come back forwards and up, finding your downward facing dog. Holding here 2 full breaths, long inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Once again, inhale, maybe there's a bend in the knees so your lower back can lengthen. Exhale, maybe heels are drawing down towards the floor. As you inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to between the hands. Keep the back knee lifting this time. Rock the weight backwards and spring straight up to your forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the leg, step left leg back behind you. Place the knee down to the ground. Make sure front knee is stacked over the ankle. Inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, round the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. See if you can interlace them one finger differently so it feels like the weird way to link your hands. Draw the knuckles back towards your back heel, so chest opens, shoulder blades squeeze together without shoulders touching into your ears, and drop the shoulders down. Sink hips down towards front heel. Holding here for a couple of breaths. On your exhale, release the hands down to the ground, step back into your plank position. Take a breath in. Exhale, maybe half or maybe full chaturanga, but come all the way down onto your belly. Again, coming into this locust pose. So starting with the hands reaching back, palms to the floor. You decide how far you build this. So maybe chest rolls open, fingers stay on the ground, or float up, or interlace. Pull the knuckles back towards your heels. Keep the big toes rooted to the floor. So maybe the knees feel like they're hovering, but feet stay down. Take a breath in. As you exhale, release the hands so they come back under the shoulders. Stay where you are, inhale. Exhale, push up to all fours and back into child's pose. Staying where you are, take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Come forwards and up into downward facing dog. Holding 2 full breaths, inhale. Exhale, relax your neck. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Lift the right leg high, take a breath in. As you exhale, step through to between your hands. Keep the back knee floating. So we rock backwards and spring the back foot to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. So again, we're going to hold this forward fold for a few breaths. So either hands stay dangling to the floor, or hold on to alternate elbows, or the back of your legs, or the back of your head. Maybe bring in that neck traction if you're familiar with that. Wherever you want to be, keep some soft movement in it if that feels good. Legs can stay bent or straight. Make sure you're breathing nice and slow, nice and fully. And releasing wherever you are. So from here, we're going to come into a seated pose. So however feels best, bring yourself down onto the floor and lengthen the legs out in front of you. So if you have a strap with you, grab your strap. Coming into Paschimottanasana, your forward fold. So hands either side of the strap, but your both feet are in the hoop. Okay, if you're working with any lower back injuries or anything at the moment, or trickiness, then keeping a bend in your knees and forward folds always. I'll turn around to face you guys a little bit. Okay, so tuck the elbows in towards your waist and flex the feet. Take a breath in so you lift tall through your back. Then as you exhale, you can wrap the hands further down the strap to bring yourself in towards the legs. Okay, for a couple of breaths, work on keeping the spine really straight. So think breastbone coming towards your legs before the head. So lead from the chest base and then forwards. That might mean you kind of just stay upright, which is fine. Some of you bringing the forehead in towards the shins. If you don't need the strap, don't worry about the strap. Wherever you are, rather than the flat back, soften the head over. That might intensify maybe around your hips or maybe around the back. Keep the feet feeling fairly active, so toes pulling back towards you. Take a full breath. And slowly start to roll yourself up. Okay, keep the strap at the sides, just let go of it. You're going to take a bend into your right knee. Just squash that calf muscle against the hamstring, and then open the knee out to the side into Shavasana A. Okay, so right knee is opening out to the side. So with this right foot, get the ball of the foot to push into the inner thigh of the left leg, almost like you're on your tiptoes against that inner thigh. So I'm just going to show you this into the screen. So if I'm seated, imagine my right foot is against the inner thigh, but then push into the tiptoes of it. So the ball of the foot is pushing in. So it's going to help anchor more opening and more rotation through the knee. So give it a try. If it puts any pressure in the knee or doesn't feel comfortable, then don't worry about it. Just keeping the foot tucked in is fine. We're taking a fold here again, so with strap or without strap, take a breath in, lift tall, then exhale to fold over the leg. Allow the back to round so your forehead comes down towards your shin. Keep trying to lengthen forwards into it. Check in with the screen. Good. Slowly start to roll yourself back up again. Release the strap if you're using it. So take here your left hand to this right knee and your right hand lift up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lean the right hand across towards your left toes. So like we did at the start of the practice in cross-legged, keep using the hand that's holding onto your knee to turn the chest towards the ceiling. Then reach further over towards your left toes. I know some of you on the class this morning can probably catch hold of the left toes to keep pulling the chest through the gap of the arms. Otherwise, staying upright is completely fine. Roll the right arm forwards and then bring yourself back up straight. Right hand continues to sweep all the way behind your back, so place it down to the floor. Your left hand lifts up to the ceiling, an option then to push into the back hand, so you lift onto the shin to reach the chest high. If you can see that, I'll just change my angle if you've got a bit lost with that. If you're in there, then keep reaching back with that extended hand, pressing the hips forwards, you're in a bit of a back bend. Slowly bring the left hand forwards of you to bring the hips down, to retrace the hand back out of it. Lift up the right knee and extend it away. Okay, so take that onto the other side. So your left knee bends and then open that out to the side of you. Again, think about the ball of the foot pushing into inner thighs. You're almost on the tiptoes pushing into that leg, if that makes sense. Again, if it doesn't make sense or feels weird, don't worry about it for today. Using the strap or no strap, we're trying to fold over this leg into Janu. So inhale, lift tall. Exhale, bring yourself forwards. Forehead comes to shin. Relax through shoulders, so there's no sense of struggle, no sense of pulling or forcing. Make sure we're breathing. Keep pressing the ball of the foot into the inner thigh. Feel how that anchors the left sit bone further to the floor. Slowly start to roll yourself back up again. So we bring the back stretch into here. So bring your right hand to that bent left knee, and the left hand lifts up to the ceiling. Take a breath in, lift tall. Exhale, lean left hand towards your right toes. Keep pulling into the bent knee so your chest reaches towards the ceiling. And continue reaching across again. Some of you may be grabbing hold of your toes. The cat isn't in your way. So bring that left hand forwards of you as you release the stretch, and then keep the left hand sweeping all the way around behind you to plant it to the floor. Right hand lifts up to the ceiling, sweep it back behind you. You can take this as far as you want to take it. Keep the hips pressing forwards as right hand reaches back. So you can either bring this into back bend or hold it into more of a side stretch if the hand doesn't go back behind you. So just play around with it, see where your body feels good to be. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring that right hand forwards of you to bring your hips back to the floor. Lift the left knee back up again and straighten it out. Take the hands just to rest back behind your body. Bend the knees so your feet come to the floor. And just give your knees a gentle rock from one side to the other. Okay, bring your hips into the middle of the mat and then roll yourself gently onto your back. Bring the knees into your chest when you're grounded. Hug the arms or the hands around the shins and take a little rock side to side on your back. Plant the feet to the floor. Take any last kind of postures that your body needs to move into just to feel comfortable, and then work your way into your Shavasana. So that might be with feet staying on the floor if the back feels happier, or lengthen the legs away, let the feet drop open. Palms stay facing up to the ceiling, so just try and nudge the shoulder blades further down your back. At the back of the neck, lengthen. Take a big breath into your belly. And as you exhale, just allow your whole body to drop into the floor. Once again, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, let your whole body drop towards the floor. Let's try and notice, if you can, the energy of the body, that more sort of cellular level of connection. And notice which parts of the body maybe have a slight sense of a tingling or a humming sensation. Maybe in the feet, the calf muscles, the shoulders. Let's bring your attention to your feet and just try and really soften them. Soften through the calf muscles and the knees, the thighs and the hips. Let's allow the lower back to feel heavy and drop into the floor. Soften through the abdominals. See if you can soften anything away from the organs. Allow the shoulders to soften and broaden into the ground. The back of the neck to lengthen. The weight of your arms to drop into the mats. The palms feel light. Relax the hinge of your jaw. Relaxing the close of your eyelids. Skin of your forehead. Just allowing these soft breaths to move gently through the body. And when you are ready to, just gently start to deepen the breath. So you feel the prana start to re-energize that cellular level of the body. Maybe bring some rolling of the wrists or the ankles or the hands or the head. And then one leg at a time, bend the knees so that your feet come to the floor. Let's lengthen your back into the ground. And then however feels best to get there, just gently bring yourself up to seated. So you can either roll to one side, take your time, bring yourself upright. Bring the hands to the heart center. Use the thumbs just to have a sense of lifting through the breastbone. Height staying through the spine. Softness still around the jaw and the forehead. Let's bring into mind one thing that you can feel grateful for today. Acknowledge one thing that you like about yourself today. And recognizing how getting to your yoga mat has served you in some way today. And closing that gratitude, self-compassion, and achievement into the heart space. Just take another breath in. And as you exhale, bow your head to your hands. Thank you guys for joining me live or on recording. Namaste. Thank you.